Part 25, If Oak Trees Could Talk. Welcome back to my video blogs. I can hardly believe how fast the year 2015 has zoomed by. As Christmas is fast approaching, I hope that everyone who has followed my blogs or visited will have a wonderful and blessed holiday. I want to take this time once again to express my heartfelt appreciation for all of my followers and for all of you that have taken the time to tune in or to read along to my video blogs and my romance suspense novel, If Oak Trees Could Talk. I appreciate that even though my reading of my novel is highly unconventional, you continue to tune in or read along with me. I also thank you that you have been patient with me as I have fumbled my way through the learning of how to do the videos. Hopefully in the future, as I finish up my novel, I will continue to learn how to do the videos much better. Today we will be a little longer than usual as we finish reading Chapter 13, The Picnic. Chapter 13, The Picnic. She walked up to the house to find her husband and boys sitting on the porch. Robert knew that she was concerned about her parents, so he sent the boys around the back of the house to play. There were lots of things that the boys could find interesting back there. Gramps made sure of that. "Honey, it's going to be all right," Robert said as he reached out for Amelia. She sat with him on the porch. He gently pushed the swing with his foot as he held her hand to reassure her. "I don't really know what to do. Mama and Daddy have minds of their own. If they do not want to go back to Glenview, I refuse to force them. I probably couldn't force them anyway, even if I wanted to. When Mama is released legally in a few weeks and Daddy isn't, he will die. I seriously believe that he will grieve himself so that he will just give up and die," Amelia said with desperation in her voice. "I can't help but wonder if someone told him that Mama was being released. I know Mama asked Glenview staff not to, but someone could have told him accidentally thinking it was just good news. I don't know. Why would he just take off all of a sudden? He was doing so much better. Every day I could see such an improvement in him. He actually had that sparkle in his eyes that had not been there since Mama had her stroke. He was coming back to us. He was in such bad shape when he went in. I know he has made a lot of progress. I agree with you that someone must have told him about your mom accidentally. I agree something had to happen," Robert consoled. "Let's contact your Daddy's nurse. Maybe she will know what happened." "Yes, I know Daddy was coming back to us, but honestly, his improvement wasn't because of Glenview. I seriously believe it was because Mama was getting well and was able to spend more time with him. I am convinced that is all he needs, is to spend time with Mama without being separated. I know Glenview has rules, but it was so obvious to everyone that Daddy lit up and was more himself every time he was with Mama. I would think there is an exception to every rule when it comes to married couples in elderly homes. They should be allowed to stay together, especially when you can obviously see that they do far better together than they do apart. Wouldn't you think so?" Amelia probed for answers. "I would think so," Robert agreed. "If my parents go back to Glenview, this will be the only way that they will go, and I know that. I will call Nurse Wanda to see if she knows what may have happened with Daddy. Also, I will talk to her to see if she knows who I need to speak with to get my parents placed together in one room. I should have insisted on this to begin with, and maybe Daddy would have been well by now. I know with Mama, she had to have that therapy, but she could have possibly gotten it at home." Amelia continued to reason, being disgusted with herself that she didn't do something differently to help her parents earlier. "Amelia, you can't sit around and play the what-if game. What if your Daddy hadn't left Glenview? Would you be asking yourself these questions?" Robert asked. "Honestly, Robert, there's not a day goes by that I don't ask what I could have done differently. I just feel like I failed Daddy by not getting him to where Mama was at the beginning when she was so sick. That's when he left us all," Amelia said, this time with tears in her eyes. "Okay, looking back is not helping anything and will not change a thing, baby. We need to move forward with a solution that will make this family whole again," Robert said rather firmly as Amelia rested her head on his shoulder. "I am good with whatever you want to do. If you want to bring them home, we will care for them. If you want to continue to let Glenview take care of them, I am with you. We need to consult your mother and see if she has any suggestions. We're going to get through this, and your parents will be home and back together again soon. That is the goal, right?" "That's the goal," Amelia agreed. "I love you, Robert, with all my heart. I truly do," Amelia said as she rested her head on Robert's shoulder. I love you more, Robert whispered as he pulled Amelia closer. I hate to disturb Mama and Daddy, but I really need to talk with her before Eugene comes back in with his lights and siren blaring again. He said he would give me until morning, but I don't trust him, Amelia said with dread in her voice. Yes, it needs to be done. The boys and I will wait up here. They are really enjoying this time. It's good being back at their grandparents' home, Robert stated. Amelia stood to her feet and took a deep breath. She began walking toward the old oak tree. She could see that her parents were not dancing or swinging any longer. She assumed that they were having their food from Speedy's Grill and Shake. As Amelia drew closer, she saw her parents sitting on a blanket side by side. Her mother must have had some kind of time getting down on that ground. Her daddy, however, was sitting in a row with his legs crossed Indian style. He appeared to be perfectly content and at home. She couldn't help but chuckle at the sight. Finally, she made her way to them. How's everything going? Is the food good? Amelia asked to start the conversation. Delicious, simply delicious, Helen answered. But Henry never said anything. He simply smiled. Mama, do you think that I could talk with you for a minute? Amelia asked subtly. She was very concerned as to whether her daddy knew the seriousness of the situation. She could only pray that because he made his way back home that it meant something good and positive. However, until she knew for sure, Amelia did not want to speak about her concerns in front of Henry because she did not want to upset him. Sure, honey, what is it? Helen asked. I meant privately, Mom, Helen replied. Amelia, dear, Henry can hear everything that you have to say to me, Helen said directly. Well, Mama, I just didn't want to upset you both, but you know the sheriff came earlier. He said that Mr. Hodges at Glenview is very upset that both of you left. He also said that Mr. Hodges is considering pressing charges against me for kidnapping if you both do not return to Glenview. I am not concerned about me. I am, however, concerned about you and Daddy. How is Daddy? Is he well enough not to need Glenview? What do you think we need to do, Mama? I am prepared to stand beside whatever decision you make, for I know it will be what is best for you and Daddy, Amelia stated as she looked at her little daddy sitting there, still eating his hamburger and onion rings in his bathrobe. My dear, sweet Amelia, come here, Henry commanded with his arms wide open. Amelia obeyed and kneeled on the blanket in front of him. He pulled her in close, kissed her on her forehead, and gently patted her back. He swallowed hard and began to speak. Amelia, honey, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to cause this much trouble. I see that you've really been worried about us. We are fine now. I just had to see if my old friend here could help me. She really did, but I still have a ways to go. When that man that runs Glenview told me that your mama was on her way out of there without me, I just went into a panic. I cannot live without your mama close to me. So I came home to see if I could find what I had lost. I found a lot, but I have not found everything I needed to find. I will, though, daughter, I will, Henry promised convincingly. As Amelia listened to her dad, she could not believe that he wasn't totally back with them. He sounded perfectly sound. But, Daddy, you sound so much better. Are you and Mama sure that you want to go back to Glenview? Are you sure that you would not want to just try to stay here and see what else you may find? I would be happy to help take care of you both. I'm sure we can get Mama the therapy that she needs at home, Amelia pleaded as she became desperate to convince her parents to stay home. She wanted them home more than anything. She and her boys needed them. Much like her daddy, she and her family had lost something precious as well, and Amelia felt as though they would never have it back until Henry and Helen returned home for good. We are sure, dear, all is well. We will be fine at Glenview. We will be home again soon, I promise, Henry said, while pulling Amelia close to him like he used to when she was a little girl. He kissed her once again on her forehead and smiled. Tell that husband of yours that we said thanks for the Speedy's Grill and Shakes. That was some of the best food that I've had in I cannot remember when. Wow, getting to have a picnic with your mama? I would run away every day if I could do that, Henry said as he nudged Helen's shoulder. He then smiled a sheepish grin. Thank you once again for tuning in or reading along with me. It is my hope that you have been enjoying my romance suspense novel, If Oak Trees Could Talk, for it has been my pleasure to share it with you. As always, I would love to hear from you. I want to thank all of you that have begun following my WordPress blogs. Please continue to tune in as we are about halfway through the book. If you are interested in obtaining your own copy of If Oak Trees Could Talk or any of my other books, please visit my Amazon author page here. Also, if you are new to my video blogs and would like to catch up on the story from the beginning, please check out the archives in this blog or simply subscribe to my YouTube videos as they are numbered and in order. I am also a weekly contributor to Lakeview Times. All of my videos are published each week at www.lakeviewtimes.com.